Have you ever wished you could give your AI its own personal library? You know, a way for it to tap into your documents, your data, all of your unique knowledge? Well, today, we're going to dig into exactly how to give your AI that brain upgrade. And trust me, it's one of the most exciting things happening in AI right now.
So you've probably had this happen. You ask a chatbot about something recent, maybe a news story from last week or a specific report on your computer, and you get that classic line, "I'm sorry, my knowledge was cut off in." It's frustrating, right? And it points to a really big limitation that most of these large language models have.
And the reason for this is pretty simple. Most AIs are trained on this massive but totally static snapshot of the internet. Once that training is done, they're basically frozen in time. They have no idea what happened last week, they can't read your company's latest quarterly report, and they definitely don't know about that PDF you just saved. This is their huge blind spot.
So how do we fix this? I mean, without spending a fortune to retrain the entire model from the ground up? Well, the solution is actually beautiful in its simplicity. Instead of trying to teach the AI everything, we just give it a tool to look things up. It's like we're giving it a super fast expert librarian who's read all of our specific stuff and can find the right info in a split second.
This amazing technique has a name, and you're going to hear it a lot. Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or as everyone calls it, RAG. This is the technology that acts as that expert librarian, connecting a general AI to your specific private library of information. Now, the key word here is augmented. We are not replacing the AI's brain, we're augmenting it. We're just giving it a powerful new skill, the ability to go out, retrieve relevant, up-to-the-minute facts from an external source before it even tries to generate an answer.
Okay, so the whole RAG process really boils down to two main phases. First, you've got indexing. This is all the prep work, right? It's getting our librarian organized. And second, you have retrieval and generation, which is the live action, the librarian actually finding information to help the AI answer a question.
So let's start with that first crucial step, indexing. This is all the behind-the-scenes work. Think of it like meticulously organizing all the bookshelves in a library before you even open the doors. This setup is what makes everything else possible.
This indexing part has three basic steps. First, we load the data we want the AI to learn. Then, we split that data into smaller, more manageable pieces. And finally, we store those pieces in a special searchable index. To make this super clear, let's walk through a real example from the LangChain documentation. We're going to use a fantastic, really in-depth blog post about AI agents. Our goal? To teach our AI everything that's inside this single web page. Now, here's why that split step is so important. The original blog post is over 43,000 characters long. That is way too much information to just cram into a model's short-term memory, what we call its context window, all at once. That'd be like asking a librarian to read an entire encyclopedia just to answer one simple question. It just doesn't work.
So what do? We use a text splitter to break that huge document down. In this case, it gets divided into 66 smaller, bite-sized chunks. Now, each one of these is like a detailed index card, which makes the information way easier for the AI to search through and actually understand.
The store step is where the real magic happens. We take these 66 chunks and put them into something called a vector store. Now, this is not your average database. It's a special system that organizes information by its meaning, not just by keywords. This is a game changer because it means the system can find the most relevant chunk of text, even if your question uses totally different words to talk about the same idea.
All right, so our library is indexed, it's organized, it's ready to go. Now for the fun part. A user comes along with a question. It is time to put our librarian to work. So here's how it goes down. The user asks a question. Instantly, the system searches that vector store, our digital card catalog, and retrieves the most relevant chunks of text. Then, and this is the key, it hands both the original question and those chunks it just found to the LLM to generate a final, super informed answer.
But as with any powerful tech, there's more than one way to get the job done. How you actually orchestrate this whole retrieval and generation flow can have a massive impact on performance. And the source material we're looking at highlights two main ways to go about it.
And this brings us to a little showdown between two different methods, the smart but complex agent and the fast but simple chain. These really represent two different philosophies for how to build one of these RAG applications. Let's break this down. On one side, you've got the RAG agent.
It's smart. It can look at a question and decide if it even needs to do a search. And for a really complex question, it can do multiple searches, gathering facts step by step. The downside? It's a bit slower, and sometimes its decisions can be a little unpredictable. Then on the other side, you have the RAG chain. This thing is a speed demon. It always does one search and makes one call to the AI. It's incredibly efficient for simple Q&A, but it's rigid. It can definitely struggle with anything that requires multiple steps.
And this really gets to the heart of it. There is no single best way to do RAG. It's a critical choice for developers, a trade-off. Do you need a flexible research assistant that can really dig deep? Or do you need a lightning-fast FAQ bot that just spits out quick answers? Your answer to that question determines whether you go with an agent or a chain. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. Why does all this technical stuff matter to you? Because RAG is the key. It's what unlocks truly personal and powerful AI assistants, tools that actually know your world and understand your data. So, to recap the big stuff, RAG is how you let an AI learn from your personal data without that crazy expensive retraining. It's a two-step dance. Indexing is the prep, and retrieval is the action. And the choice between an agent and a chain is that classic trade-off between flexibility and raw speed. This whole thing is the foundation for the next generation of AI tools.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The documentation for LangChain, which is a leading tool in this space, says it right there. Sophisticated Q&A is one of the most powerful things you can do with these models, and RAG is exactly what makes that sophistication possible.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. Now that you know how it's possible to give an AI its own private library, I'll just leave you with this question. What knowledge would you give your own personal AI? Your work projects? Your college notes? Maybe your entire digital life? The possibilities are just starting to open up.